Good morning. Today's walk and talk is going to be about why did I close my eBay store and why am I done setting up a car shows after doing it full time for 6 years, and also coming off the most sales I've ever made on eBay the last few months. Uh, well, it's actually for 10 different reasons. The first reason is that I spend $60 a month on my eBay store, and I spend an average of $60 a month setting up at car shows. So if you add that up, that's $720 a year for each one. So that's $1,440 a year that I'll save by stopping both of them things. And so I add it all up. It's a significant amount of. Actually, it's more than. Hold on, wait. Yeah, 720. So 1440. I did the math over 5 years, and it's like a big chunk of money. And I don't have that kind of money just to give away. So that's why I'm closing my eBay store and I'm not doing car shows after I got one car show left today. Then I got one last car show to April 28th. And just to throw this out there, I will be selling my whole eBay. Selling my whole sports card collectible collection at 60% of eBay comps. So that means if I bought $1,000 worth of cards last month off of eBay, if you buy my entire collection, you could get them for $600. Now, if you come to the card show and you cherry pick my collection, that $1,000 worth of cards, you would have to pay $1,200 because I charge 20% of what I pay when I go to resell the cars at the car show. I do a 20% upcharge. So if you cherry pick my collection and just get my best cards, you would have to pay $1,200 for $1,000 worth of cards that I bought. But however, if you buy them all, you could get them for 60% of eBay comps and half price of what I normally sell them for if you buy the entire collection, which is it's actually a very huge collection with a lot of rare cards. Every sport, every non-sport, every card. It's about 1.5 million cards. Now, maybe, 250,000 of them is commons, maybe, 500,000 common cards, whatever, but it's a lot of old cars. I would say from 1970s and older, it's probably maybe 250,000 cards. That's, vintage, that you would consider vintage cars. Over 1,000 PSA graded cards. So if anybody was interested, I'll be bringing my whole collection to the April 28th car show at the Hilton Garden Inn in Springfield, Illinois, on South Durston, April 28th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. free admission. Come check out my cars. I have my whole collection up for sale. And then if I don't sell it at that car show, then I'm gonna on May 13th, I believe it is Memorial Day weekend, and I'm gonna do a garage sale, and I'm gonna put a Craigslist ad in a Facebook Marketplace, and put my collection on there for sale or best offer. And so I wanted to sell it all. So that's one reason why I want to sell my whole collection, and then I would say my second reason why I want to stop. I would just want to get done with sports cars in general because, I work 80 hours a week, listing cars on eBay, mailing cards, sorting cards. It's a nightmare. It's a nonstop, and it's been like this since 2018. I'm burnt out, and when I first started in 2018, minimum wage was $7 an hour. So when I worked all these hours, even if I was only making $5 an hour, it didn't matter because the cost of living wasn't that much. But now, if I work 20 hours a week at Taco Bell, then my income will be more. Working 20 hours a week at Taco Bell than working 80 hours a week selling sports cars on eBay because all the fees and supplies and all the costs. And I make a decent amount of sales. I make a real nice amount of sales, but they take, it's like I only get maybe 10% of what I sell. So if I sell 10,000 on eBay, if I sell $10,000 worth of cars at the eBay and car show, I'm only making $1,000 in profit for 10,000 in sales. That's a lot of work, So I'm gonna pass that on to somebody else. I'm gonna sell it to them. So if you do buy my whole collection at 60% of eBay comps, and you're not lazy and you want to do the work, then every $1,000 that you sell on there, you should be able to profit about $200. So if somebody got the time, then they can make a significant amount of money if you purchase my whole collection. So the third reason why I'm done with eBay and car shows is because it's stressful, and I don't need no more stress in my life. I got high blood pressure, and I'm putting my health before my wealth. So making money is not worth the stress to me. If I got to stress just a little bit of stress, you could keep that money. I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna stress over $1 million. It ain't worth it to me. My health is more important than money. So, and it's so stressful. And okay, for instance, let's say on eBay, I made 250 sales, 250 orders I sold in 1 month, and everything was fine and dandy. And I had this, before that I made all these sales, I had this other seller messaging me, and he said, instead of using UPS first class to ship grading cards that cost $4.50, that I could do eBay standard shipping for cars underneath $20, and it would only cost $1.08. So I did that, and over 250 orders, let's say I saved $3 each order, okay? So I saved a significant amount of money, which I was like, wow, I was so happy, okay? But then I had 40 different complaints. I had a negative review. I had 2 neutral reviews, and I went 5 years with 100% positive feedback and everything. And then not only that, but like I would say 12 orders that I sent out, they said they didn't get them in time, and they got a full refund, and they got to keep the card. So, and I had to pay the shipping, lost the card, didn't get paid for any of it. All that time and effort for nothing. The sports car shows. I could go there, and it takes me, I would say it takes me like 12 hours to get my cars priced and ready for the show. And then I'm there at the show for 8 hours. And then the next day, it takes all that time taking all the cars I sold. I got to go through all of them, all my eBay, and mark them off. And if I don't mark them off, it's a huge headache. Because the worst thing you could do on eBay is sell a card on eBay, but you already sold it at the car show, but you don't have it on eBay, but it's listed on eBay. You sell it, and that happened like 4 times. And then not only that, you had to dig through your whole entire collection, 1.5 million cars, looking for one card that you're gonna make $2 in profit, and you got to spend 24 hours. So, I mean, if you're highly organized, you wouldn't probably have that many problems. But I was just I did it to myself. All my problems is my own fault. I just was trying to, in 2018, I was trying to relive my childhood, and I was buying all the sports cars I could find for like a year. And so then I just got too many. And then so it got too difficult to handle. It was overwhelming and stressful. And then but back to the car shows. And so I would spend all this time getting ready, setting up and everything, and then spend $50 for the table rental and not sell one car. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. No, I can't. So I can't put that much time and effort into anything and get no results. I'm not a gambler. I never gambled in my life, except for I used to play Texas Hold'em, but that's it. In real life, Texas Hold'em real life against other people where I could read their facial expressions. And really, to me, it kind of wasn't gambling because I won majority of the time, whatever, but I don't even do that no more. And so I'm just not a gambler. It don't excite me. I never been gambling. Never excited me. Never ever has it. It don't excite me one bit. So that's another reason. Let's see what other reasons why I'm closing eBay and I'm done with car shows. And it's stressful too because let's say I bought a car for $100 on eBay, and then the guy wants to pay $60 for it, or let's say this yesterday, I bought this Jordan Alvarez PSA 9 Topps Chrome rookie auto. 6 months ago, I paid $150 for it on eBay. Then I sold it yesterday for $120, but I have to pay $5 for shipping, and then I have to pay the eBay fees and everything. So afterwards, I'm gonna get about $90, and I paid $150. So that means I lost $60. I can't afford to lose $60. That's a nightmare to me, So I can't afford to lose no money. I don't waste money. I don't go out to eat. I don't buy nothing. I spend no money. My cost of living is super cheap. So to me, losing $60 is like, the rest of the people that's being materialistic Americans that's spending money on everything. That's like losing $600 to the normal American, So $60 to me that's a lot. So I can't afford to lose no money. I'm not a gambler. I don't want no stress. I don't want to spend 80 hours a week doing anything except for, and another thing is that stress that I went through, it made me lose my passion for sports cars. I used to love sports cars, but now with dealing with chronic stress, being stressed out over multiple different things for so long, and I don't know, also, I lost my passion for sports cars. I don't watch sports. I don't keep up with sports. And I used to play MLB The Show every day since 2004. So 20 years. And then this last year I ain't played it. And actually I'm selling, with my collectibles and everything, I'm selling my my PlayStation 5. I got my PS4 Pro. I got the Xbox, rare Xbox One. All that, I'm selling all that because I stopped playing video games. Last year I don't even play video games no more at all. I don't play video games. I don't follow sports. All my other, all my hobbies and stuff that I used to do, I don't do them no more. It all stopped. I don't know why, but I don't do that stuff. My new hobbies, the only thing my new hobbies is walking 5 miles a day, gardening, and reading the Bible. And bushcrafting. That's another reason why I'm gonna tell you the honest reason why I want to sell my collection, and I want to take that money and buy 2.5 to 5 acres of farmland, and I want to have an off-grid farm, and I want to I want to hunt my own food. I want to grow my own food. I want to fish for my own food. I don't want by this time next year, I want to try to get to where I don't buy any food from the grocery store whatsoever. I don't get link card. I don't get food stamps. I don't get government assistance. You know what I mean? So if you're paying cash and you're buying your food from the grocery store, I feel like that's low intelligence. You know what I mean? Grocery store food is only for people who get food stamps. You think Bill Gates and all these millionaires, you think they buy food from the grocery store for their kids? No. Because all the food in the grocery store is unhealthy. Even the stuff you think is healthy for you, like bananas, apples, blueberries, all that stuff. They had all the fruits and vegetables. They got to pick it before it's ripe. So it gets little to none vitamins or minerals, and or none. A strawberry might have nothing in it. You know what I mean? Just a plant. And then the chicken breast, they soak it in and chlorine or whatever, and then all that stuff is so bad. So I don't want to buy nothing from the grocery store. I want my own farm. I want to work my own farm. I want to produce my own food. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do sports cars no more. I don't want to do eBay. I don't want to do car shows. When I put my time and effort into farming, I work 80 hours a week on a farm. Better believe it's going to produce some chicken eggs. I'm gonna have some chickens. I'm gonna take a little bit under 1 acre. I'm gonna do 100-foot rows that I'm gonna grow. That's so much produce. and I learned how to jar everything up, and I've been studying this stuff for like a year, ever since last year. The last spring, this time last year, I would be sitting inside working on my eBay. I'd be looking outdoors, and God would just tell me, it was weird. God would be like, go work the land, go live off the land. And then it'd be nice as heck, beautiful day. And beautiful day outdoors, but I'd have to stay indoors working on eBay, getting ready for a car show, you know. And then plus I had, last year, I had so many people tell me, oh, you want to go camping for the weekend? You want to go do this for the weekend? I couldn't go because I had to do the car show. You know what I mean? That I'm not, life's too short to be not doing what you like to do. Plus, I got to give up church every Sunday. I love church. That's my best day of the week, church. I don't want to give up church to try to make a couple dollars. You know, that's not working for me. You know, and so you know, for everything I do in life, I try to do it for 10 different reasons. Okay, not just for one reason. When I make a decision, it's for at least 10 different reasons. Good morning. Hey. So that's why this will be my, you know, I closed my eBay store already. I got a car show today. I got a car show April 28th. And then I have Memorial Day weekend, I'm doing a garage sale. Labor Day weekend, whichever one comes first. May 13th, I think it is. I'm gonna do a garage sale. And then even though I'm closing my eBay store, they still give me 125 free listings a month. So I'm gonna take and just put big old lots on there, you know, like 50 PSA graded cars. All this, I'm just gonna do huge big lots, big box full of stuff, and just mail it to whoever wants to buy it. After May 13th, I'm just gonna list 100 listings on there and just put big old listings, and then that's it. I'm done. You know what I mean? It's all over with. And then, you know, what I would like to do is, you know, maybe this winter if I get bored, because I like sports cars. So what I would love to do is, you know, in the winter time, I ain't got nothing to do. I can't farm. Then I'm gonna, you know, maybe not. I don't know, but if maybe so. Then when I get out of church, go to the car show, and you know, it costs, you know, $25, $50 to set up the car show. I might spend $10 and buy me some cars for $1 or less. Some cheap cars. I might do that if I want to. I think if I ever get back into collecting again, that's what I'll do. I'll buy, you know, because here's another thing. Okay, last thing is that this last point I'm gonna make, this is gonna sound crazy, but it's true. And I don't want no valuable possessions. I don't want nothing in my value that's worth more than $1. I want to get rid of all my possessions, and I want to prepare myself if I pass away or if I go to jail for anything. Because man, it's like you know, you don't pay your child support, and they raised my child support up to $750 a month when I was unemployed. My only got paid. I was only making $500 a month at the time, and my child support was $750, and they didn't lower that for over a whole year. And I had to sell my car because the South Carolina judge told me that if I don't pay $2,500 in back child support, that I was going to go to jail for a year. And so I had to sell my car and everything. And let me tell you, the reason why I fell behind on child support was because my kid's mom passed away, rest in peace. And I had to go to a child custody in South Carolina for 2 years. And I had to go down there like every other month. And it's like $1,000 to travel, get hotels and all that for the weekend. And it was so expensive, you know, and it was a nightmare. It was depressing too. And then my kids was acting all hateful and everything because parental alienation, that's a real thing. You know, and I didn't even know he was bad talking me, you know, to my kids the whole time. And he was putting me down and everything, telling my kids lies and all that. So it was just a nightmare to me. So, but anyways, and then, so now, you know, my child support's $350 a month now, which is still a significant amount. And so, but if I don't pay it, They threatened to they threatened to put me in jail, which I don't have mind paying child support, but I've been paying child support for since 2003, and I still got 2 years left. So I've been paying child support for 21 years. When it's all said and done, it'll be like 23 years straight that I've been paying child support, and I never get to see my kids. Now I drove back and forth to South Carolina hundreds of times, and it's 12 hours there, 12 hours back. But it costs money. If you don't have the money, how you gonna go? If you don't have a car, how you gonna go? So, and then plus, it's just bad, a whole bad situation. So, and then if I pay my child support, but then let's say I don't pay my car insurance, and then if you don't got car insurance, you can go to jail. If you don't pay child support, you can go to jail. So you know what? I just want to be like, if they threaten me, if I'm going through hard times, let's say I break my leg or just who knows what happens. So I can't make no income for 6 months and they threaten me to go to jail. I just want to tell them, take me to jail. You know what I mean? I'm not going to jail ain't hard. You know what I mean? I got to pay no utilities or gonna feed me. I ain't, nobody ever treats me bad in jail. Everybody's nice to me and stuff. And going to jail, that's not the hard part. You know what I mean? It's after you got out of jail, you got a record, you got to put your jobs in, you try to go on a date, they run a background check, they're like, oh, you went to jail. Oh man, you're a bad person. That's the worst part, is after you go to jail, and it don't never end. That's the bad thing is, if anything you do, any mistake you make, it's not going to jail. That's the bad part. That's the easy part. The hard part is dealing with that on your criminal record for the rest of your life. It don't never go away. Never. And now, before you go on your first date, if you meet somebody online or whatever, all women do now, 9 out of 10 women, any decent woman that was a school teacher or works in corrections or whatever, the first thing they're gonna do is run a background check. First thing, then you gotta explain all that to them, all this, that, and the other. I just can't do that. So that's the bad part. And so I just went in there. And if I pass away, my kids don't want my cards. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody to have to deal with it. I just want to get rid of them. I don't want to worry about it. I don't want no valuable possessions. That way, if I go to jail or if I die, that's one less thing I got to worry about. That's kind of, that's the morbid truth. Not trying to be too dark, but, I think about everything. So, and if I keep stressing out about, negative comment on eBay, that's killed me, because really I found out the only reason why I was selling on eBay, because I like when he left positive feedback, made me feel good about myself, like my self-esteem. Like, they're so excited. Every time I sold a card on eBay, I always sent free cards, because because I like to make people happy. You know what I mean? It's like I'm sending them a Christmas present. They're opening it up. I package it so nicely and neatly, and I put extra cards in there, and I over deliver. When they buy from me, I sell it to them for a good price, and then when they get it, it's better than they expected, and they're just so full of joy, and that makes me happy. I like doing that. So, but then, people complaining they're not getting their packages on time, mail service running late, they're complaining constantly, emailing. One day I spent over 8 hours, I think it was like 10 hours one day, that I just had to just email people on eBay, because he was like, where's my order at? Where's my order at? Where's my order at? It was a nightmare, and with my high blood pressure, that might have caused my high blood pressure. I don't know, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to be stressing out over anything at all. And I found out valuables stresses me out. I don't want no valuables. I don't want nothing valuable that I own in my house. I want my most valuable possessions to be my Bible and my seashell sand from Key West, Florida display. I love looking at that thing, and so that's all I want. That's the only possessions I want. And I want to sell my cars and everything, and I want to buy some property off grid, and I want to buy some hunting gear, farming stuff. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna happen. If God's will, that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have me a little farm. And I know people that know me, Even my sister and some friends is laugh because I'm what they would consider a city mouse. You know what I mean? I'm a city boy through and through. Nobody would ever suspect me of being country, but I in my heart I am. And and I have experience farming. When I was a kid, I used to go for over the summer in Dix, Illinois, by Centralia, Illinois. They had 100 acres of corn land, and they didn't have no power, electricity, no running water, none of that. And I'd be out there all summer, and it was the best summers of my life, being out there on that farm. And it was so peaceful, and the people were so good. And then you see all these power lines behind me. Now scientists say that's not. See all the power lines? See all the power lines? And they say, scientists say, the news say, the government say, that's not going to have no negative effect on you. But what I know about the human body is we're all electrical currents. Our brain, that's how our whole body. See me move my hand? My electrical current in my brain controls that. You know what I mean? But most people that have been to public education, they're not educated enough to know that. Even if you get your degree, you're just not educated to know anything. So, but I'm educated enough to know too much. I know too much. Plus, I live by a coal factory power plant where it's putting pollutant in the air, and that stuff kills you. Even if you live 5 miles from it, it's in the air. All this stuff. I just want to go live in Arizona someplace in the high desert, you know what I mean, in the high elevation where ain't nobody out there, just me. Ain't no power wires, ain't no power factories, ain't no car pollution, ain't no noise pollution, you know, ain't no big farms with all the chemical water runoff in the waters, all the lead poisoning in the house and all that. And I've already studied how to do a rainwater catchment, how to purify my water, how to get a electrical grid using solar panels, how to run it to your inverter, to your generator. I learned how to do a wood burning stove. I love that. That's what I want, a wood burning fireplace stove. I don't want a gas stove. You know what I mean? I don't want no electricity. That sounds weird, I know, but that's just how, sound peaceful to me. And so I just want to go back to reading books. That's what I want to do for fun, just read. I love to read. I've read thousands of books. That's what I do for enjoyment. I don't like watching movies, none of that. So, and also, I'm cutting off my, this sounds crazy, but I'm cutting off my cell phone, cutting off my internet next month. That's gonna save me $150 a month. And I was born in 1976. And, you know, I don't need the internet. I don't need a cell phone. You know what I mean? I don't need that. That's, you know, I don't need that stuff. That stuff, it causes anxiety and everything. I don't want that in my life. And they have to pay for it and pay $150 a month to be, you know what? They used to have to pay people, you know, back in the 80s and stuff for you to be on call. For you to be on call with a cell phone, you was getting paid a large amount of money. Your employer would have to pay you so much money just for somebody to call you. And so why you think they give away free phones to poor people? Why you think they give away free internet to poor people? Come on now. This is the same people that took people's farms, you know, 50 years ago. They took all the families' farms and they took all that stuff. Now they're just being friendly, giving it away. You know, I don't know. That's kind of odd to me. So, but anyways, my 2.6 mile walk is over with. Now it's time for me to take a shower and get ready for the car show. So, Route 66 Hotel, South 6th Street, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., free admission. Stop in and say hi if you're in the area. And have a good day.